So in this video, we have just essentially performed ASIP roasting, and we managed to crack it, and we have now initial set of credentials in an Active Directory domain. So the question now is, what do we do next? And that's exactly what I'm going to show you in this video. Please enjoy. These are pretty much your different users. So that is nice. But yeah. So for now, the actual credentials we do have is T. Williams. So yeah, there's many attacks that we can do now that we have some credential set. We could try logging in on RDP using these credentials. We can try using WinRN as we have showed earlier. That is always a good idea to do. So let me do that. And as you can see, my methodology remains very similar throughout. That is a good thing. So I also want to see if he has access to any shares on SMB. That could also be interesting. So he has read access. Files and going for deletion. Interesting. So he has read access to these different so let's see if I remember the syntax. I think it's something like this. And then maybe something like this. There we go. So essentially what I'm doing, I'm just spidering, aka I'm crawling what is inside of this chair. And I'm just trying to skim through if anything is useful. So we can see that the spool service, it looks like, is on this machine. That is not super interesting. Else, I will keep this in mind. We could try to do something with some of this output later, but for now let's skip through the rest. So netlogon is the next share that we have read access to, right? Netlogon, and then we will do sysvol after that. Netlogon, yeah. So that was nothing. And then sysvol. So different directories. There is a script directory that could be interesting. Policies. Script. I want to see manually if there is nothing in sysvol, and then we don't want to be doing this. So T. Williams with double here. T. Williams. And then a password I've copy pasted. And now we can see inside of here. Oops. There we go. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's really anything inside of this. Yeah, there is nothing. All right. So, when we run crack map exec with SMB, it would tell us whether we have pwned this machine. That means that this user is not a local admin. on this computer. So let's see other things. So let's try the same thing, but using RDP. And we will not be spidering. Whoops. RDP. Pour it. I think this should be correct. Doesn't seem to work. We can try with LDAP. The tool is working fine. It seems like just giving very weird output. Yeah. Let me try one other RDP tool before I give up on RDP. And again, there's many things we want to try, right? Now we have a ton of different usernames that we could try with brute forcing. We can try curve roasting. That's the next thing that I will test after I have checked with RDP. So target T. Williams. Roast potatoes. And then, yeah, I don't have to have any drive. Let's try this. Post connect failed. Yeah, it doesn't seem like this will work. So again, let me just check the output again. It does look like the RDP is open. Yeah, it seems like it's CPTS. But I suppose then this person does not have RDP credentials, which is fine. So let us try. Let us try curve roasting. So T. Williams. And then the domain is Razorback THM. And the IP is target. And let us try this. And there we go. So now we have, they do have a curve roastable account in their domain, which is great. So let us create a curve roast hash and let's try to crack it, because without cracking this is not particularly useful. Let me just see it for fun if I hit the recognize accept, and it does. So cracking it with Rocky format equals KRB5 TGS. And there we go. So we see the password, but here is the is the user. Let's see if it's with or without the star. We will try regardless. So, go back to our notes. Person T. Williams had access to SMB, but no local admin. No access on RDP or LDAP or WinRM. Tried Kerber roasting with his credentials and found this and managed to crack. Yes. So again, what do? We do the same thing over and over and over again. More access, more testing. Whoops. Sorry about this. Let me just run this in the background. So let us try this. And when you want to test usernames with stars and all of this kind of stuff, just make sure that you use single quotes around it to make life easier. Yeah, that's fine. Let me check the SMB. Is this the right username? It is not. Let's try without the star. There we go. So that's the right username. Let's go to this double check. And as you see, it does not say pound. So it is not a local admin on this computer, which is fine. We can, again, just check shares before we do anything else. So the machine died. So let me do the thing that I always do. We export it. Then copy paste. All right, so we have these credentials. And as we saw, this works on SMB, but it's not a local admin. And if we list the shares, then we see this right there. Unless, because it does say read, so that's why I'm testing. So let's see, yeah, there we go. Is there anything interesting in there is the question. So, holy shit. So there's a lot of information there. I mean, there is a lot of stuff here that would be interesting to look through, but it would definitely take some time. I want this one at least. Let me just look around. Yeah. Så I don't have access here. So again, this will take some time, so has read access to admin. Look at later. So this is useful, right? Because we don't want to forget about the information. So I'm just noting it down for now till I'm checking other things, right? So let's see with RTP, and then again, I want to do the Sotera. X-ray RTP, yeah. Then we try this tool. Cyanide with 1 and 3. Cyanide with Y. This was the password. Okay, so it doesn't connect. That is fine. Let's try veteran. Okay. And again, I want to check with this actual tool right here. So that looks correct. I certainly don't trust any tool fully, especially this one with like alternative things like Veneram and LDAP and RTP, etc. But for SMB, it seems really stable and solid. And yeah. So let's see if this person has access to Veneram with his credentials. If crack map exact with SMB said local admin like this, there we go. So yeah. But if it said this with SMB, then we would have a local admin on the computer. But this person has Veneram access. And there we go. There we have a shell. So that's wonderful. So this shell can be a bit slow sometimes, but this one is actually pretty good. So we are in backup operator group, remote management user. That makes sense because we are Veneram as remote management, Windows remote management. So that makes sense. We're part of the users group, of course. Authenticated users, anti-DOM authentication. We've high manager level, I see. And we have SE backup privilege and SE restore privilege. Okay. And we're not in the administrator group or anything like that. So these are all the accesses we have. Not too many, but if you know anything about Windows privilege escalation, you know how important that is to look at the privileges. And these two together are incredibly dangerous. So yes, we can definitely use this to priv-esc. So I will stop the video for now, because now we are done with the Active Directory related attacks. And I will put this into the Windows privilege escalation section. So if you want to see the end of this box, pay attention there. But for now, if you enjoy how I teach and you enjoy this video and you want to take the OSCP, then what are you doing not being in this course? It's over 15 hours long and it covers everything that you need. If you're only watching the videos on YouTube, you're missing out a lot, because it's over 15 hours of content. You will get access to the VIP section on Discord, where you can ask me any questions and you can study alongside all the other students in our course. Right now, you will also get access to this checklist right here, which will cover at least 95% plus of all the attacks and all the techniques that you need to know for every single section. Not only initial access, but AD, pivoting, Linux, and Windows privilege escalation. And the goal for you is to reach proficient or at least basic competence on all of them. That's one of the things. We also have this entire roadmap right here, where there's a bunch of action steps and a bunch of cheat sheets inside all of these hyperlinks that I can't show you in this video. But once you have completed all of them, you know for a fact that you will be ready to get into the OSCP exams and absolutely crush it. If that sounds interesting to you, to get all of this in 15-hour plus of video footage of someone who has OSCP, who explains different attacks and techniques and methodologies, it's going to be invaluable to you. Now, some people are confused with the offer. If you're interested in the notes, these are the notes that you will constantly see me use in the videos, right? They're pretty much recommended to go hand in hand with the course, and I use them constantly in the course itself, right? So I think you'll find it extremely useful. That's also why we have the third offer, which is the bundle, where you can buy both of these together for a discount. I hope that clarifies things. Best of luck on your OSCP journey. I really hope this will be massively useful to you. I'll see you in the next video.